This is a good topic. This is a debated topic, but we'll try to keep this to a minimum. But topic number three is none other, guys, than what is the best anabolic steroid for building muscle? If we're just talking about size, if we're just talking about mass, what is the best steroid for that, in your opinion? I'll let you start, Johnny.
Yeah, so when you look at the biggest bodybuilders and powerlifters and strongmen, those are basically the biggest guys with the most amount of muscle. Their cycles are usually going to be a high test and things added to it. But why is the test the highest? Because in my opinion, it's the best for putting on size, especially as your base. So like the biggest I ever got was when I was on the most testosterone, and the other compounds that was in the cycle, they helped with size, but it was more like it was helping me get cut up and striations and vascularity. And obviously a trifecta of things will put on more size, like test, HGH, Slim, and other things. But when it comes to like one compound that's going to help you get you at your biggest, it would be testosterone. You know, there's other things that are strong that I've experimented with, like Ment, D-ball, Deca, Anadrol, and those things definitely get you bigger and will get you bigger faster. But long-term size, long-term maximum muscle, I think testosterone is the best when it comes to anabolic steroids. What about you, Seth? Am I am I missing something?
Unfortunately, I agree. I'm just kidding. No, I do. Yeah. You know, the put it this way, guys. All right. Now, I say this every video. I'll say it again. Do everything safely, legally, under doctor supervision. Having said that, I've had a prescription for pharmaceutical grade. What was it? D-ball, Anavar from the clinic, from the pharmacy. Large amounts of testosterone from the pharmacy. So, I can tell people without a shadow of a doubt, okay, being on high amounts of testosterone. And I talked about, guys, go watch my video, The Truth About Anabolic Steroids, if you want to know why I advise people not to do that, okay? Because, for all the pros, there's cons, and I talk about that openly. I'm not going to jump into it now. But having said that, in terms of putting on, the most size and keeping it and making the most changes to my physique, there's nothing that affected me like high amounts of testosterone. Now, what about Anavar, right? Anavar would be, in terms of, let's just go into the pharmacology for a second. If you ask me milligram per milligram, what is the most powerful anabolic steroid? And again, like I said, I had prescriptions, whether it's Anavar from the pharmacy or D-ball, I've had prescriptions for this. So, milligram per milligram, Anavar is the most powerful thing that I've ever taken, milligram per milligram. And 12 milligrams of Anavar, just unbelievable amount of size, just even 12 milligrams a day, unbelievable. But the thing is that there's a diminishing return with these compounds. And Anavar on paper, in the latest data we have available, I think that the anabolic androgenic ratio was the anabolic component was almost 500, the latest. So or maybe it was greater. I'd have to brush up on that, but I think it was like 478 or something with Anavar. And the androgenic is like 20. So the thing is that milligram per milligram, Anavar is the most powerful thing I've ever taken, and it's completely changed my physique in a short amount of time. But the thing you run into right away is your body can only utilize so much, Anavar or D-ball or these other compounds versus, from what I found is the test. You can keep increasing the test and your body just sucks it up. And I think we see that also, and not just have I experienced with myself, but we see this in medical studies. So to basically just put things into perspective for you guys is that, and again, I'm not recommending people do this. I had health issues because of this. But the thing is that you can go from 200 to 400 to 600 to 800 to a gram, and you can keep, and professional bodybuilders do this. Again, I'm not telling people to do this because they're going to have, heart thickening from this and other issues. But the thing is, you can keep bumping testosterone and keep getting bigger and stronger and more jacked almost endlessly. And again, please do not do this because you're also going to screw up your heart. But the thing is that in terms of, we already talked about performance enhanced, but in terms of the best anabolic steroid for size, it's testosterone, and not because it's the most powerful milligram per milligram. It's not. Anavar is, at least that in my personal experience, way more powerful than D-anabol. Using pharmaceutical Anavar to D-ball, Anavar blew D-ball out of the water. D-ball throws a bunch of water weight on you. I think I still have a script of that sitting either in my closet or I don't remember where I left it. But anyways, but the thing is that, Anavar is the most powerful milligram per milligram muscle builder I've ever used in my life. All right. 12 milligrams, unbelievable. Just even 12. But having said that, the thing is that testosterone, like I said, you can just keep taking more and more and more and more. So milligram per milligram, Anavar, but the best muscle building anabolic steroid of all time is testosterone, not because it's the strongest milligram per milligram, but because you can just take more and more and more and your body just soaks it up. So so that's, I mean, that's the blunt, honest truth, guys. That's the blunt, honest truth. And don't do any of it. Don't take a gram. Don't be stupid. Don't be doing that. But that's what I can tell you from personal experience is that the body, since it's the body's natural hormone, there's just a difference, of how your body utilizes it. You can only take so much Anavar or, Ment or other things too. And then you just you find out you get great gains and then it just stops. Testosterone, you don't get that. It's almost, I don't want to say endless, but the body can utilize a lot of testosterone. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was like you were saying, like I was saying, when it comes to testosterone versus other anabolics, there's a reason why people use so much more testosterone than the other compounds, because we could utilize it and put it to good use with training, with putting on size, and just you're continuing to get bigger. And what guys who have the most size have in common is they're usually on a high testosterone cycle. But yeah, milligram per milligram, Anavar is the strongest, but there's only so much how much you can take,
Yeah.
So like, and I agree, like your body can only utilize so much. And I'm glad that I've experimented in the past with different things that I don't recommend. But we could get away if you get good quality stuff with a lot less than people think.
Yeah, and like, I'm telling people right now, I know a lot of people think who knows? I don't care what people think anymore. I'm past that point in my life. I only care what God thinks now. But, the bottom line is, guys, I'm prescribed from the clinic out the pharmacy, 250 milligrams of testosterone cypionate a week. And
Yep.
I'm strong. I have a lot of size. I look good. I'm not like freaky like I would be if I was on, a gram or a lot of other stuff. But the thing is that like, I don't have any side effects, and that's pushing, that's pushing me, to the very, very peak of what I would consider, replacement. So, but
Yeah.
for me, even 250 from the pharmacy it's good. You
Yeah.
feel good, and it's a lot. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, if
Oh
you
yeah.
if you don't have anything else to touch on, Johnny, I'll jump into the last topic here, and then we can call it for today.
Yeah, just a quick, brief summarize as well. So I'm also prescribed 250 milligrams from Body RX down here in Miami, and that's the maximum they could prescribe somebody. And 250 for me, taking it consistently. I'm continuing to make progress in the gym, and I realized I was crazy back in the day, taking too much for almost no reason. But yeah, it's definitely quite an awesome supplement, quite a awesome PED is testosterone. But yeah, we could go to the
All
next
right.
one. Want to say I get prescribed as well.